Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kilo, Governor-General of New Zealand, and Dr. Richard Davis.
Please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā. Tēnā aku mihi mahana ki a koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Christchurch Town Hall for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr. Joe Harawira, Kaumātua, Mrs. Rānui Ngārimu, Kuia. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of Her Majesty, the Queen of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa New Zealand through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Mr. Ward Carmel will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Dr. Michael Dunbeer of Christchurch for services to agricultural science. Dr. Michael Dunbeer was Director of DSIR Crop Research and Foundation CEO of the New Zealand Institute for Crop and Food Research Limited. He has helped shape much of the development of research in New Zealand's arable vegetable, floriculture and food industries. His contributions have led to the development of new crops and improved varieties. He was the first overseas board member of the Australian Grain Research Development Corporation and played a key role in joint Australasian research projects with Crop and Food. He was an initial board member of the Foundation for Research, Science and Technology and chairman of the Arable Food Industry Council. Dr. Dunbeer has continued involvement in research through governance roles, including with Dairy Insight, Ag Research, the Foundation for Arable Research and Food Standards New Zealand. Dr. Michael Dunbeer, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Hugh Cannon of Christchurch for services to conservation and paddle sports. Hugh Cannon is patron and former president of Whitewater New Zealand Incorporated. He is a member of the Canterbury Regional Water Committee and has contributed to the Land and Water Forum and the National Objectives Framework Reference Group. He has led hundreds of amateur kayaking and rafting trips for the Canterbury Whitewater Club. He helped secure water conservation orders on several rivers and, with others, purchased land alongside the Buller River's Granity Rapid to retain public access. He has been a part of the Tasman Environmental Trust, National Water Strategy Working Group, Adventure Tourism Council and Tekapo Whitewater Trust. He chaired the Nelson Marlborough Conservation Board. He helped to establish the Sea Kayak Operators Association. Mr. Cannon is a board member of the Pack Rafting Association of New Zealand. Mr. Hugh Cannon, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Francis Helps and Mrs. Shireen Helps of Akaroa for services to wildlife conservation. Francis and Shireen Helps have worked to protect and enhance the biodiversity values of 32 hectares of their property at Pohatu Flea Bay, adjacent to the Pohatu Marine Reserve. They have protected a significant population of korora, little penguins, and the few remaining hoiho, yellow-eyed penguins, on Banks Peninsula. Over many years, they have stabilised the penguin colony at Pohatu, which now has 1,260 breeding pairs. Revenue from their Pohatu Penguins business, which offers tours, kayaking and accommodation, goes towards conservation and education. The Helps have donated 2 scenic reserves to the Crown and have 5 covenants with Kiwi2 National Trust and Banks Peninsula Conservation Trust. Mr. Francis Helps and Mrs. Shireen Helps, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mrs. Susan Blakely of Christchurch for services to refugees and ESOL education. Susan Blakely began teaching English to Cambodian women and children in 1990 and then started a specialised and targeted English as a second language, ESOL, program for refugee women. She has spent thousands of hours making resources suitable for learners who are illiterate in their own language and enabling them to travel to class and source childcare. She supports women to attend appointments, learn to drive and supermarket shop, and find employment. After the Canterbury earthquakes and terror attacks, she ensured her learners were safe and supported. Mrs. Blakely's teaching methods have been incorporated into mainstream ESOL teaching nationwide. Mrs. Susan Blakely, please come forward. Mr. Alan Kissel of Nelson for services to the community. Mr. Alan Kissel helped establish and has been coordinator of Men's Shed Waimea, a collective of men from Tasman and Nelson districts helping their community with projects such as building ramps for the hospice, planter boxes and seats for various schools and community facilities, and toys and games for play centres and kindergartens. He has been Secretary and Regional Representative with the National Men's Shed organisation. He established a weekly class for individuals with intellectual disabilities, as well as for Richmond and Brightwater Scouts. Mr. Kissel's project leadership and the Waimea Men's Shed are vital to Mitre 10 New Zealand's nationwide Helping Hands community program. Mr. Alan Kissel, please come forward. The investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders and our natural world. In doing so, you embody the spirit of the whakatauki, whaia te iti kahurangi, ki te tū ohu koe me he maunga teitei. Seek the treasure that you value most dearly. If you bow your head, let it be to a lofty mountain. I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the Queen of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements and I thank you again for your service to our country. Kia ora, hui hui tātou katoa. Now you will see on the back of your program the words for the national anthem in te reo Māori and in English. I now invite you to join with me in singing the national anthem.